Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, children. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, my dears.
How are you, ma'am?
Fine, dear.
How are
Fine.
you, ma'am?
Yes, fine. I am
Good
fine.
day,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Good
I'm just
morning, ma'am.
muting for a little. Yes. Good morning, children. I have muted you all for a little time. See, we are going to start a new topic, rounding of the numbers. It is a new topic for you. So when I will explain, you have to listen to me carefully. Okay, dears. Now, there is another name for rounding of the numbers, that is estimation. So, rounding of the numbers is also known as estimation. Now, I will tell you when rounding of the numbers is used. Okay. Suppose somebody is asking me, I don't know how many children are there in total in 3E. I'm not sure about it. Okay. And suppose if somebody is asking me how many children are there in 3E. So I will tell them almost 40 children are there in 3E. Almost 40. Almost means it can be 40 or it can be near to 40. Can you hear me? Yes. So it can be exact 40 or it can be near to 40. It can be 38, 39, 40 or it can be 41 or 42 like that. It will be near to 40. Now, usually I used to ask in the class, how many of you have uh, written the notes, have completed the notes? Many of you will raise the hands, isn't it? So if without counting, by looking at the hands, I can just simply, without a surety, I can say that almost 30 children has completed the notes. So almost 30 means it can be 30, it can be less than 30, or it can be little more than 30. It can be exact 30 also, isn't it? So we will round off the numbers when we are not sure about the exact number. If it is by looking at the, suppose in a tree, many mangoes are there. By looking at the mangoes, we will feel that many are there, isn't it? So we will just say almost 20. Without counting, we can say almost 20 mangoes are there in the tree. It can be exact 20, or it can be less than or more than, little less than or little more than 20. So that is rounding off. So the exact, when we don't know the exact number of something, we will just round it off. I will tell you there are some rules to follow for rounding off the numbers. I will show you on the board how the given number is rounded off. Okay, just look here. Don't take your book and all. Just look at the board now. Yes. So the topic is rounding off. There are some rules to follow this rounding off. Don't write anything. Don't take your book and all. Nothing is to be taken now. Just look here. I'm writing one number here, 46. 46 is between 40 and 50, isn't it? Now, almost 50 means it should be near to 40. Now, when you will round, I will just show you the rules. What is the rule? I will explain the rules now. When a number is given, 46, it is in between 40 and 50. But you don't know whether this 46 is near to 50 or near to 40. To find out whether it is closer to 40 or 50, what is to be done is underline the ones place and check whether the ones place is less than or equal to 5. There are two rules to follow the for rounding of the numbers. What is the first rule? Ones place. We have to first check the ones place. Just underline the ones place and check. If the ones place is less than 5, no need of changing the tens place. Tens place will not have any change, and the ones place will become 0. Second rule, if the ones place is greater than or equal to 5, we have to do plus 1 to tens. We have to increase one number in tens place, and ones place will be 0. Now here, the first number I have given is 46. You have to underline this 6 and check whether it is greater than, equal to, or less than 4. I mean 5. Now 6 is greater than 5. So what is to be done? If 6 is greater than 5, plus 1 to tens place, and ones place will be 0. You have to make the ones place 0, and in the tens place you have to do plus 1. So the answer will be 4 plus 1, 5, and the ones place will be 0. That means 46 is closer to 50. Okay, is my voice clear, children? Is my voice clear? Can you hear me clearly? Okay. No, Dia cannot hear. What about the others? Most of you cannot hear. No, most of you can hear me clearly, isn't it? Then check your device if any problem is there in your device. I think so a small network problem is there here also. Okay, so second number I am going to write as 24. First thing you have to do is underline 4 and check whether 4 is greater than, equal to, or less than 5. Now, since it is 4, which rule is to be followed? The first rule. 4 is lesser than 5. So, first rule is to be followed. What is the rule? Tens place, there should not be any change, and the ones place will be 0. So, just make it 0. No change should be made in the ones place. 20. I'm going to give another number. Let it be 38. Underline 8. Now it comes under which rule? 8 is greater than 5. So what is to be done? Plus 1 to tens place. So add plus 1. Ones place should be 0. Make it 0. So 3 plus 1, 4. 8 will be 0. So 38 is near to 40. Okay, now I'm giving 3 more. I will just show you once again. Suppose the number is 33. Underline the ones place and check which rule it comes under. Which rule? 3 is less than 5. So you have to follow the first rule. Tens place, no change. So 3 will be 3 itself. Ones place will be 0. So make it 0. That means 33 is closer to 30. Now another one, suppose it was 35. Underline the ones place. 5. 5 is equal to, ones place is equal to 5. So second rule, plus 1 to the tens place. And ones place will be, should be 0. So 3 plus 1, 4. And the ones place should be 0. One more. Suppose it's 30, 89. Underline the ones place. Now check it comes under which rule? 9. 9 is greater than 5. So plus 1 to the tens place. And ones place will be 0. So 8 plus 1, 9. And ones place has to be 0. So the ones place, whether it is greater than or equal to 4, whatever the number be, the ones place will be 0. And you have to, according to the ones place, you have to do the plus 1 or plus 0. If the ones place is greater than or equal to 5, then add 1 to the tens place. If it is less than 5, no change in the tens place. Okay, and the ones place will always be 0. Did you get an idea what is to be done? A small idea you got, right? I think so. A small idea might have entered into your head, isn't it? Okay, now we will write short notes. Then I will explain once again. I will show you 2 or 3 problems once again because it is a new topic to you. You will be having some confusions. So I will show you 2 or 3 problems again. Then I will give you some problems to do. Okay. Now all of you take your rough book, open it. So date first, new month has been started, August, 2nd of August 2021. First you write the heading estimation. Estimation. So what is estimation? Rounding off the numbers is called estimation. Rounding off the numbers is known as estimation. Now next heading, rounding the numbers rounding to nearest 10. Rounding to nearest 10. What happened, Jodha? Unmute, dear. What happened to you?
Nothing.
Nothing. Becoming very uncomfortable today. Since the beginning, I am seeing you. Nothing. Okay. Relax and sit. Okay, dear. So, I'll just write the rules over here. First rule, what is the first rule to be followed? Ones place, if the ones place is less than 5, no changes, no change in, start from there, 1 second. First rule, if the ones place is less than 5, no changes No change in the tens place. And ones place will be 0. Second rule, if the ones place is greater than or equal to 5, then to the tens place, what is to be done? Tens place plus 1 and ones place 0. So these are the rules, two rules. After writing this much, just keep the pencil down. Keep the pencil inside your book and close your book and fold your hands and look here. I will just explain once again. Then I will give you the problems for doing. First, finished. Arav as well as finished. Then Laham, Azim. Okay. Do one thing, children. Now do one thing. All of you keep your book down. Yes, Sarah, I saw you. You entered late. What happened? Network issue? Okay, she got stuck over there. She is having a network issue, I think. Okay, all of you keep the pencil inside your book and close it. And listen to me. I can see everybody from here. If I will see you, I will see anybody talking or playing over there, the question will be asked to you. Okay, so now I'm going to write questions here. First one 48, second one 34. No need of writing all these things. I am just showing you how to do 20. 1 second, yes. 26. Now, what is to be done first? Underline the ones place and check which rule is to be followed here. 8 is greater than 5. Second rule, isn't it? 8 is greater than 5. So you have to follow the second rule. What is the second rule? Tens place should be increased by 1 and the ones place should be 0. So the answer will be 4 plus 1, 5, 0. That means 48 is closer to 50. Second one, underline the first one's place. Now here 4 is lesser than 5. So you have to follow the first rule. 4 is less than 5. So no change in the tens place. So don't make any changes over there. Ones place will be 0. Now next one, underline 6. 6 is greater than 5. So second rule, tens place plus 1. So 2 plus 1, 3. And the ones place should be 0. Got? Can you do? Will you try to do? Yes. So what are the rules? Two rules are there. According to the first rule, if the ones place is lesser than 5, no changes in the tens place. Just you have to make the ones place 0. Second rule, if the ones place is greater than or equal to 5, what is to be done? Plus 1 to the tens place. Tens place has to be increased by 1 and the ones place should be 0. So whatever be the number, ones place should be 0. That's okay. Whether it comes under first rule or second rule, ones place should be 0. If it comes under first rule, if it is lesser than 5, no changes should be made in the tens, it will be same. If the ones place is greater than or equal to 5, ones place will be 0 and the tens place has to be increased by 1. Shall I give some problems now? Open your rough. Now write the question, rounding write round off the numbers to nearest 10. No. 5 questions. Five questions will be given now. 32, 25, 49, 58, 61. I'll just write the rules here. First rule, ones less than 5. Tens, no change. Ones will be 0. Second rule, if ones is greater than or equal to 5, then tens place you have to do plus 1 and the ones will be 0. Now rules are there written on the other side. Check under which rule it comes and do it properly. 2 minutes for completing it, then we will discuss the answers. Think and do. Don't make mistakes. The rules are written on the other side. Underline the ones place and check under which rule it comes. According to that, make the changes. Jodha, finish, my dear? Yes. Okay. Okay, let me ask to Jodha first. Okay, I did not get her. Yes, I will move to other person then. Okay, Janita.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Janita. What is to be done first in the first one, my dear? First step. What is the first step? You have to you have to underline the ones place. Now, whether it is greater than or equal to 5, which rule is to be followed?
Lesser than 5.
Yes, lesser than 5. So, what is to be done? What will be the answer?
30.
Good, good. Mute. 2 is lesser than 5. So, first rule, tens no change, same. Ones will be 0. That means 32 is near to 30. Good. Mute, dear. Now, John. I meant Paul. 1 second. Paul. Paul. I think so. Paul cannot hear. He is not at all responding. So I will move to Medha. Medha, dear, mute, unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is the first step? You have to underline the ones place. Now,
Uh,
whether 5 is greater than or less than or equal to 5?
Equal to.
Equal to. So what is the rule? What is to be done?
Mm,
Okay, just tell me the answer then. Which rule is to be followed? First rule or second rule?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, which question I should tell? Which answer?
Wait. Medha is answering now. You did not respond, so I asked Medha. Medha,
second rule.
second rule. 5 is equal to 5. So we have to follow the second rule. So what will be the answer? What is to be done?
Um,
Fast? Okay, just tell me the answer, dear.
30.
30. Yes. Second rule has to be followed. 5 is equal to 5. So in the tens place, you have to increase one number. So 2 will become 3 and the ones place should be 0. That means 25 is closer to 30. Good, Medha. Now who is there? Who is unmuted? Okay, let me ask you Santino. Santino.
Yes, ma'am.
Third one.
First,
Underline 9, ones place number, then
second rule.
second rule. 9 is greater than 5. So what is to be done?
First 5.
4 will become 5. Increase one number in the tens place and ones place will be 0. So 50 will be the answer. Okay, good, Santino. Okay, now Paul was responding, isn't it? Arav. I did not get Paul. One second. Arav.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is the first step to be done? You have to underline 10, ones place. Okay, now which rule is to be followed?
8.
Now, 8 is
8. 8.
uh,
0. 60 is the answer.
60 is the answer. So second rule is to be followed, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Second rule. So 5 will become 6 and ones place will be 0. 8 is greater than 5, so one's tens place has to be increased by 1. Now let me see who. Azim.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Fifth one. Which rule?
Ma'am, 60.
60. Which rule is to be followed?
Ones place.
One's place is
1. Less than 5.
one's place less than 5. So first rule is to be followed. One's place 1 is less than 5. So no first rule, no changes in the tens place and the ones place will be 0. 61 is closer to 60. Okay, so 2 minutes are left. I will give 2 more problems. So we have done 5. Sixth one, 85. Seventh one, 90. 99. Azim, what happened? He's about to cry. He's going to cry now, Azim. What happened, my dear? Any problem is there, Azim? No. Sarah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I have underlined
Me
5. Now, underline 5. Okay.
5 will be 0.
5 will be 0. Then,
8, 9.
second rule. 5 is equal to 5. So, you have to increase one number in the tens place and the ones place will be 0. So, 90 will be the answer. Good. Okay, then Paul. Next one. Fastly. Underline 9. Whether 9 is greater than or equal to or less than 5.
Greater than 5.
Greater than 5. So, what is to be done?
Add 1 in tens place
Yes.
and 9 will come 0. So it
0.
will be 100.
Good. 9 plus 1, 10, and the ones place will be 0. So, it is 100. Good. Good, dears. Okay, so I think so. Some will be having a little confusion. So, we will continue the same topic on Wednesday also. Okay, dears. Then we will move to the next topic. 2 days we will continue the same topic because it is a new topic and you will be having some confusions. So, we will clear all the confusions and then we will move to the next topic. So, I am unmuting everybody. Thank you, children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.